Getting set for the action now of the 1982 Coca-Cola Classic. We're standing by for the start. And they're away. Charlie Schwartz made the best of the start. Larry Moore was a little slow to move off the pole position. Schwartz goes right round the outside. Larry Moore's sold out right in front. Jack Hewitt's had a sell out. Charlie Schwartz has had a big spin in a cloud of dust. And we've got pandemonium at the start of the 1982 Coca-Cola, caused by the big two fast foot Americans up front, Larry Moore and Charlie Schwartz, who were fighting for the lead in turn 1 and 2 and brought the field undone.
And Ray
coming down the main straight, away they go. Charlie Schwartz got away better than Larry Moore again, and it's Charlie Schwartz who has the running going into turn 1. Larry Moore is next. Then Ray Godsey, followed by Jack Hewitt, John Pine, Graham Lilford and Peter Unwin, Stu Robertson, Lloyd Thorley and Alan Harris. But down the main straight away it's USA 1, and that's Charlie Schwartz ahead of the Larry Moore car, followed then by Ray Godsey. Jack Hewitt was next, then came John Pine, followed by Graham Lilford. Peter Unwin was next, then came Lloyd Thorley, followed by Stu Robertson. But no change up front, it's still USA number 1, leading away from Larry Moore. Then comes Jack Hewitt. John Pine is next, followed by Graham Lilford, then Peter Unwin. Next is Lloyd Thorley, Stu Robertson and Alan Harris. They're the top cars. There's no change in the order in those top cars as they come down main straight away another time. Certainly the pace is a hectic one up front. These Americans are going to be very, very hard to peg back. Now there's Merv Wilson being lapped in the first 3 laps of the car race, would you believe? And certainly these Americans are setting one heck of a fast pace up front. There's Schwartz going past us again, followed by Moore. Then Godsey. Hewitt is next, followed by John Pine, Graham Lilford, Peter Unwin, Lloyd Thorley, Stu Robertson and Alan Harris. Now they're really slowed up by the traffic here as Charlie Schwartz tries to come through on the inside of Murray James. He does so too. Oh, Charlie Schwartz and Dennis Sullings. Dennis Sullings all over the shop. John Pine's into him. And it was Charlie Schwartz who really clouted into the car of Dennis Sullings. They
7 laps. Round the corner they come, flat as lizards, and it's Moore from Pine, followed by Lilford. There's Peter Unwin going up underneath Lloyd Thorley again. There's Godsey starting to make ground already from the rear of the field. Now keep an eye on the number 14 of Ray Godsey, but it's Larry Moore the leader. Moore away here from Pine, high up on the circuit, followed by Lilford. Then Unwin behind him as Lloyd Thorley from Harris, followed by Madsen. Then comes Stu Robertson from Ranger. Godsey is caught up on the tail, and the rest of the pack, you could forget about them. Here's the leader. This is Larry Moore, and John Pine hanging on to second place under pressure from Lilford. He's followed then by Peter Unwin. Stan Lloyd Thorley still hanging on and doing well. Then comes Harris from Madsen, and Godsey, who's really made up some ground. He's past both Ranger and Robertson. Into the corner they come, and still the dice going on here between Pine and Lilford. And that's one of the magic pieces of driving in the race at the moment, as Pine tries desperately to hang on to Lilford. But here's the leader, and there's Larry Moore going past us now. Pine coming down on the circuit as Alan Northcote is high. Lilford hooked back down again too, and Unwin found a way through. But it's Moore away here from Pine, followed by Lilford, then Unwin, then Harris, Madsen, Lloyd Thorley dropping back through the field. But still Larry Moore going around the slower cars. He's almost half a lap in front, you notice, of the second driver. And both Pine and Lilford hammer and tongs at it as they go under the timer. But there's Moore passing us now. Moore the leader from Pine, followed by Lilford. And then Peter Unwin doing a good job to stay up there. From Alan Harris, followed by Joe Madsen. Then Ray Godsey. There's Ralph Ranger. Lloyd Thorley in trouble as Stu Robertson goes underneath him there. But the lead driver is still the brilliant Yankee, and that's Larry Moore. Under the timer goes the leader. Now the second car goes into the number 1 turn. He's exactly half a lap in front. Half a lap in front is Moore, and he's catching the slower traffic. He's looking after Stu Robertson now. And let's have a look at Pine and Lilford. Then comes Unwin and Ray Godsey starting to make some ground up as he's passed Alan Harris now too. 28 laps to run here. And the lead car is still Larry Moore. There he goes, past the pit gates now. Here comes the second car of John Pine. Lilford's in bother. Pulled a big one in the corner here. And he spun around with nowhere to go. Watson's been doing well, and Harris did get, I think, a couple of places on the last restart from my calculation. However, we're not official. We only make provisional statements in relation to these placings.
Well, that's the way they've lined them up. We don't see it officially, of course. We just see it as we call it. Larry Moore and Ray Godsey are running 1 and 2. Ralph Ranger's 3. But I make it that Alan Harris would be 4. Stewie Robertson would be 5.
Right.
And in fact, Neil Wasson would be about 6, with Alan Northcote in about 7th place. Away they go. Larry Moore didn't waste any advantage up front, though. He wants to hold on to this lead, and it's Larry Moore who's scooted away again from Ray Godsey. Moore looks like he's going to put it beyond all doubt. Larry Moore, Ray Godsey and Ralph Ranger, followed then by Neil Wasson, but I kind of think that Alan Harris is up there with Stu Robertson, and then possibly Neil Wasson, followed by Alan Northcote, Brian Hogan and Merv Wilson. But Larry Moore leading away with 5 to go. Ray Godsey in 2nd place. Ralph Ranger is running 3rd. Then I make it Alan Harris, followed by Stewie Robertson, then Neil Wasson, even though he is up in front of them at the moment. Larry Moore coming down Main straightaway. Only 4 laps left to go. Then comes Ray Godsey in the number 14, followed then by Ralph Ranger. The next car through is actually Neil Wasson, but I don't really believe, in my opinion, that he's holding down that spot. Alan Harris. Now he's gone. Larry Moore has gone up in a cloud and on fire! Fire! Ray Godsey. No, he's keeping it pumping. He's keeping pumping the accelerator.
That's
he's right. He knows what he's doing.
But he's still got fire there.
Pumping it.
Can we get the fire truck there, please?
He's pumping the throttle to keep that flame away, to stop the flame from spreading. He'll keep it pumping until he gets assistance there, and that's experienced driving. Keep it pumping.
Yeah, once you can suck the fuel back down that Ventura tube with all the butterflies open, then you've got a chance of keeping the fire controlled.
Yes. If the fuel is allowed to spew out through the Ventura tubes, then of course we've got massive fire. Now, can Ralph Ranger is up into calculations with Larry Moore catching on fire with only 5 laps to go. Now, can he get back into the race? The red light went on immediately. It'd be interesting. He would have to go to the rear, of course, because the race was stopped for him. But he has been lapped. I've just had a piece of paper handed to me. Larry Moore has been lapping in a 15.8 second lap. 15.8 seconds Moore has been lapping in.
Gee, she's certainly a race of incidents, the 7th annual Coca-Cola Classic.
Action-packed, that's for sure. Now the regrid's coming up. Now Larry Moore looks like he's going to rejoin the race. He did not get out of the car. He did not get out of the car.
Yes, he's out of the car. No, he's still there. You know, Ross, I think, he's still sitting in the car. If that had been me...
Okay. Yeah.
If that had been me, I'd have been out there as quick as a flash. No way in the world would I want a hot foot.
No, Larry Moore's got problems, so it's Godsey, then Ranger. Wasson is going up into 3rd place. Harris. Now Godsey, the leader. Ranger in 2nd. Okay, we've got 3 laps to go as Godsey comes to the line, and after having gone back to the rear of the field at one stage of the race, Ray Godsey has now taken the lead and has shown he is a racer. Ray Godsey out in front now, and Godsey leads away from Ralph Ranger in second place. Now I've got actually Alan Harris, I believe, running third from Stewie Robertson, then Neil Wasson, but he's been grid positioned that way, and you can't argue with the lap scorers. Ray Godsey is the leader, lapping in 16.6. Second place is being held by Ranger. Then comes in third place, I believe, Alan Harris. Then Stu Robertson, followed by Neil Wasson, Brian Hogan and Merv Wilson. 1 to go now. They got the checkered flag. Godsey is the race winner. Second place going to Ranger. Now third will be a question mark, with actually Wasson finishing over the line in front of Harris, but we'll stand by for the official placings there. And we also stand by for the presentations of trophies to a magnificent victor in the 1982 Coca-Cola Classic, Ray Godsey. Second place to Ralph Ranger, and I believe third place to Alan Harris, but we'll stand by for official confirmation of those placings, and as soon as we have them to hand, we'll pass them on to you. In the meantime, I'll head trackside and get organised for our presentation of trophies in the 7th annual Coca-Cola Classic.
However, a very fine performance.